What's up, guys? I'm Dan Sperry, and this is volume 3 of Card Manipulation. In this volume, I'm going to show you how to come up with some other little cool gimmicks and effects and tidbits that you can put into your card manipulation routine. So now that you've seen some of the stuff that you're going to learn in this volume, let's go ahead and get into some gimmicks, some steals, and some other little interesting items that you can use to help get into, get out of, and work into during your manipulation routine. So I hope you enjoy them, and yes, this is a new haircut that I'm not exactly proud of. Don't go to Great Clips, kids. Look at it. It's like a painter with a dried can of paint. I can't do anything with this. A lot of what you're going to learn in this video is hard to necessarily demonstrate because it's not always going to be the stuff that you see happening on stage. It's not the flashy stuff, it's not the amazing stuff, it's the knowledge, the tools, the tips, the hints that's actually happening behind the misdirection, the stuff that you don't actually see, the steals, the gimmicks, and the other little interesting nuggets that are involved are not necessarily something that you always see, but definitely stuff that will help you as a performer evolve into a more in-depth act. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, right now I'm going to explain to you the rising cards effect. This is something that I used to use in my manip routine a long time ago. This is actually, it's in Tarbell. It's somewhere in Tarbell, and it's an old idea, and it's one of those really cool things that are in these old books that people kind of forget about. And it adds just a little bit, a little something into your routine. This idea is a good illustration, I think, of going back and reading books. Don't just buy a DVD. As John Carney said, for every DVD that you watch or buy, read 2 books. Because books are filled with little doodads like this that will just add just a little bit, give it a little oomph in your act. Because anybody could just reach and pull out a box of cards and take the cards out and start manipulating. And I really liked this from the beginning. It adds just a little mystery. It gives a little something to the audience before you get into the routine, something to draw them in and draw focus on. And all it is a regular card box with some tape. I'm a ghetto magician, so we got some duct tape on here, we got some packaging tape, and it's a length of elastic that is on the box. I've taped one end to the flap here. It goes all the way around, and I tape the other end to this side of the box. The audience doesn't necessarily see this. All they really need to see is this aspect of it. And my hand covers the rest when it opens up. And from stage and from a distance, the white of the elastic and the white of the box, they won't really see that. And that's essentially what you have right here. In Tarbell, I think they actually showed this with rubber bands on the inside. I used the elastic because I just think it's a little bit stronger and easier to replace, just to tape the elastic on rather than the Tarbell way, which involves slicing the box open, yada 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 yada. I'm always for the simpler stuff, so this uses the elastic, and all it really does is the cards go inside like this, and your pressure keeps them in the box. So by holding this, you're left with a deck of cards inside the box, and there's pressure. The cards want to pop out. So when I open the box, I stretch the elastic a little bit more and push down on it, and at the same time I'm pulling, okay? On this end, because since there's tape here over this part of the elastic, I'm still able to pull it underneath the tape and then push it back down. So now there's even more pressure. The cards really want to spring out. So as this wraps around, I pull a little bit more with the elastic back here, and I kind of re-grip. And me just pushing, squeezing the cards through the box is what's keeping them inside. The rest of this is just looking pretty sexy. by motioning, and I like to do it sideways. You can do it vertically, like this. Hey, 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 hey. But I'm kind of for the sideways. I'm kind of for the sideways here. So I motion like I'm a mime, which is just a step above being a magician, I think, in the circus. And I go like this, and I just pantomime that I'm pulling the cards out of the box as I'm releasing pressure on the sides. Now you'll feel it stop about right there, I guess, and I try and just kind of kick a little bit more out with the excess elastic, like this. And without them falling all over the place, I just kind of grab them and go into a fan and get rid of the box, put it inside my jacket here, and you're left with the fan to go ahead and start your manipulation routine, whether it be shrinking deck, continuous fans, or whatever you like. So that's the rising card case, mumbo jumbo. So it's a pretty neat little item. I hope that you use it, because it's fun. Okay, this is the flash paper card case production thing. Arts and crafts time again. This is kind of the arts and crafts volume of the card manipulation DVD. By the way, speaking of arts and crafts, you're probably going to want to spend a lot of time at Michael's and a lot of time in the sewing section at Walmart and stuff like that for this kind of magic. You never know what you're going to get inspired by. It's a good idea to know how to hand sew and all that kind of junk. Anyways, if you're going to be a magician doing this kind of thing, it's a useful tool to have, useful knowledge to have, I should say. So arts and crafts time. This uses flash paper. Guys, I don't think I need to say this, but I will anyways. Flash paper, just be careful. Be careful, because this is dangerous stuff. You get a sheet of flash paper and a Sharpie marker and some matches, double stick tape, and nail polish. Not really, but maybe. And you need an ordinary book of matches, like this. Here's the setup. You take your flash paper, and you're gonna make your pretend matchbook. This is actually an idea that a friend of mine, Jason Bainey, came up with. And I used to use it a long time ago, and it's kind of fun because it's fire, and who doesn't like fire? So you cut some flash paper, so it looks like what would be about the size of an ordinary matchbook, like this one right here. And then you take your Sharpie, and I like the chisel point because it looks like when you take your flash paper, and you're going to want to put it on something else because you know, it'll bleed. You just draw a line like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. We don't have to be all Martha Stewart here because we're on stage, or at least from a distance, so it shouldn't matter. So from a ways, it looks like it's a book of matches. Hey, you know, who's asking? Who cares? So you have this. Next step is to take your double stick tape and just peel off a little bit and put it on the back of your thumb. You can use wax if you like, or rubber cement. I just put a little double stick tape back there. You take your ordinary matchbook and you cut off the striking paper. Okay, just like this. And this goes on the double stick tape on your thumbnail. Lastly, you take a paper match, and I kind of just warp the end of my match a little bit like this to kind of go with the contour of my thumb and my nail. This also gets stuck right back there, just like that. So when you're doing whatever, hey, nobody will really notice it. And this is probably going to be at the beginning of your act or what you're doing anyways. If not, this isn't that hard to stick on the double stick tape anyways. So you're here. This can be inside your jacket or anywhere you want. I just simply have taken a safety pin. This is real hardcore stuff right here. Aren't you glad I didn't put this on a One Name, One Trick DVD? Stick this through, I just stick it through the tissue paper and safety pin it in my jacket, like this. Booyah. Like that, it just hangs out in there. Hangs out. Oh, kill me. So now you're ready to do your trick, whatever it is. In the case of the appearing card case, I just have it in my hand already. And I'm also pushing on it, which makes it for double trouble because the cards are wanting to spring out, so you're multitasking here. Manipulation is all about multitasking. It's fun. So you kind of have this hidden. I used to turn around in my act and just be holding my hand like this. And nobody, from the angles could really see it. You start out, you go into your jacket. All you're doing is just going boop, and you're tearing it right off the safety pin. No big deal. Show it and open it just like you would a book of matches. And all you're doing now is just popping that match off the double stick tape. But now is the time for drama class. Oh, you just give that little, like you just tore it off the matches. You know what I'm talking about. You just tore it off the matches. Now, when you strike it, you're striking on your thumb, right there. Looks like, to the audience that you're actually striking it on the back of the matchbook like you would with a normal book of matches, like this. Got it, boom, and light the flash paper. And all I do is I just transfer the box to my other hand and keep going. You're done. You can use this for anything else, really. If you want to produce, your grandma or something. It's a very kind of neat, clever little tidbit to add to your act. It's the little things like this when you are putting together an act or routine and trying to combine effects. It's these little transitions, these little tidbits that are just as important sometimes as the effects that you choose. Again, rather than just taking the easy road or the obvious road, your first knee-jerk idea of, well, I'm going to do card manip, so I'm just going to reach into my jacket and pull out a box of cards and start manipulating cards. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to use a box. I'm just going to have a deck of cards and reach in my jacket and start pulling out cards. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But part of the fun, too, is putting together the little sequences that are going to be connecting these routines, being it the flash paper or the card box with the deck rising out of it. This applies to all kinds of magic. You're going to want to come up with little twists and turns along the way to just kind of add a more visual element to it. So that's the Jason Bainey, used with permission, flash paper matchbook miscellaneous production item of Candyland Doom. So have fun with it, and again, just be careful because you're lighting a match. Don't set the house on fire. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you a couple steals and clip ideas to hold out extra cards. You're probably going to find it that you got your deck of cards, you're trying to put together a manipulation routine, something like that, and you don't want to be stuck with just one deck. How do you grab extra cards to keep going, I guess, essentially, in your routine? Couple different ways. If you're wearing a jacket or an open shirt, that you can actually load stuff in, this is perfect. One thing that I use and that you can check out and use too is one of these. All this is just a binder clip from like Office Max, Office Depot, Staples, whatever you got. It's a simple clip, like a giant paper clip, with a safety pin that I've duct taped to it. This is real hardcore stuff. So that's essentially the most basic card clip that you'll ever really need. These work great. All you do, loop over some duct tape, you got yourself a card clip. So I'm gonna pin this, just for example's sake, right inside my jacket right here. Just like that. Now, I'm ready to stick my load of cards in. And this can actually hold a whole deck of manipulation cards if you so choose to want to hold out a whole deck of manip cards. All this does is it just clips right inside, just like that, and that's not going anywhere. That's in there until you're ready to steal it. So now you're going through your routine, and you're always going to want to cross-body steal. Okay, when you're ready to make a steal. So let's say you're doing some single card productions over here. You're gonna close with a big fan. So you're gonna reach cross body, because now this is gonna open up your jacket, your shirt, whatever you're wearing, as you come across body to naturally reach into your jacket and make the steal. So as you come over, all I'm doing is I'm grabbing and I'm clipping and I'm gonna pull that whole deck right there, right into my palm. Right out of the inside of my jacket, just like that. So this is what it looks like. Come over, do the steal, come back, and now you're ready to go with another fan production or whatever you so choose. If in the event that you don't use a binder clip, you can always use your trusty pants. This is a little bit more ballsy. Okay, and so what you do is you essentially tuck the deck right in your pants. See that? That's all you're doing. Tucking it in your pants, you work it over to the side. Now, of course, you run the risk of flashing. So just make sure that if you're gonna use this steal, use it right away in the beginning. Again, same rules kind of apply. You cross over and you just reach in and get your load pants. This is funny. Okay, so many shades of wrong. And you grip your load right out of your pants. Love it. And that's another way. But I really recommend grabbing the binder clips, grabbing your safety pin and your duct tape, and you're good to go. Again, arts and crafts time, guys. Let's watch some Sex in the City and make magic tricks. Right now, we're gonna go into showing you how to utilize the clip with a misdirection steal and go into cards from the mouth. So let's check it out. Okay, so this is where you're gonna learn how to do cards from mouth. Okay, so this is what you do. This is a good exercise for the gimmick. You can see I'm loaded. Wanna buy a deck of cards? It's stupid. Let's say this is your production deck, the deck that you're producing with, and you're doing your manipulation stuff over here. Like I said, crossbody stealing again. So let's say you're doing your split fans, and you're gonna cross body steal now. We're gonna come over here and reach over, produce your fan. Meanwhile, I'm right here doing a steal, okay? Just like I described earlier. So I do the steal right out of the clip, and I get into position with the deck right here, okay? So this all happens in the jacket. Come across, get rid of it. You do your last fan toss. Then you can say, wait, one more. I mean, you don't really want to say that because that sounds really stupid, but just kind of, idea. And all you're doing to do the cards from mouth is pretty much exactly what it looks like. Shoving cards into your mouth and pulling them back out again. No real tough stuff there. So you toss and you just come over, and I can't really talk as I'm doing this, but you just come up and re-grip and just start coming out. Spread them, almost like you're doing an S fan. And you come out, and if you pull your head up at the same time, it kind of gives a neat visual. So if you come over and grip them and pull your head up, it gives this optical illusion of, like they did just come out of your mouth. And you just puked cards. Cool. So that's cards from mouth. It's always been kind of a default thing to do in card manipulation. I don't even know why, because card manipulation used to be so classy. When did it get cool to puke to puke cards out of your mouth? Is this I don't know, maybe some bulimic that does card manipulation came up with this. I don't know. Okay, let's move along. Okay, here's another little mini routine that I believe is a Thurston. To my best knowledge, was a Thurston idea, Thurston little routine. It uses 5 cards, they disappear, they come back. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. How many kids? 5, yes. And you just hold them in a spread, and you're doing a back palm. You're just putting the cards into back palm one at a time, one on top of the other. So all you're doing is getting the cards ready, just like from volume 1, and throwing them into back palm. Now, the way I like to do this is when you have your cards fanned, you have this nice big spread to hide behind. Because what you're doing is basically gripping, sticking another card on top of the other one and repeat. So here we are. You've just vanished a card. I come over and an exposed view. It just pulled this out, vanished. And when I come back, I do this, and I just stick it right on. And I don't give them a whole lot of time to burn what I'm doing. I just vanish it again. So one more time, real quick. You're here with your little spread of cards, your nice little buffet here. 1, 2, whatever. And all you're doing is just as you're coming back, I just kind of use my free fingers to, okay, to tidy up and re-grip, and boom, like that. Now when you're down to the last one, you stick it over there, and I kind of just adjust my sleeve like, oh, this is bugging me. Oh, hold on, you want a better look. And under the movement of turning around, you stick these cards in your regular palm. So back, adjust, and you show this one. And really you just have these cards right here. You show the last card, make that vanish too, reproduce it, and now you're gonna reach up and grab this card with the hand that's the dirty hand that's holding the load. So you come up and you just stick these cards into back palm, like this. You just stick them right into back palm as you take this one away, and reproduce single cards one at a time, 3, 4, 5, the last one. That's a nice little routine that you can work on to add into your full routine if you like. A little something extra to do. It's just a nice little mini routine to toss inside there if you like. So that's the 5-card repeat, if you want to call it, by Thurston. So have fun with that one. So that's it. That's the card manipulation videos for you. I really appreciate you guys checking them out and everything. I hope you have fun with this graduation into stage magic and manipulation. It's definitely been a fun style of magic that I've been attracted to, and just always remember to practice. And because this is always going to be kind of an angle sensitive type of magic to perform. So remember your situations, your venues that you're performing in. I just want to say another special thanks again to my good friend Jason Bainey for letting me explain to you guys the matchbook with the flash paper that he came up with. And that's it. Card manipulation. Man, it's been fun. I'm gonna miss you guys. So I'll hopefully see you on some of the other videos if you buy them. I'm getting married soon, so please buy them. I got a wedding that I gotta pay for, and I don't know, this male prostituting just is not working out. It's because I have